We're live. We're live. We're live.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Super Bowl Monday to you. Happy day after Super Bowl to you. Good morning, pretty Lisa.
Super Bowl Monday.
How you guys doing today? Her name is Dr. LisaSantiagoMcNeilll.
And he is Brian K. McNeill.
And together make up what's called the Empowerment Duo. And you're tuned into Let's Talk About It.
Let's talk about it.
We talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
With a little bit of shenanigans thrown in.
And today we have a topic. The topic today is what motivates you, but how could we not also talk about the Super Bowl?
Or the weekend.
Always
a weekend.
Always
recap.
Weekend, yes. How was your weekend?
I said, good morning, Miss Phyllis. Good morning, Uzama. How was your weekend? Did you catch the Super Bowl? Did you have any good Super Bowl food?
Did you watch
some good friends?
Did you watch the Kendrick Lamar halftime show? Wow. You watched the whole thing?
What?
The Kendrick Lamar show?
Yes.
I said it's 13 minutes. I sent it to my wife this morning because she didn't watch the game. Can y'all believe that?
I watched Kendrick Lamar's halftime 13-minute show. I watched what's her name? Serena Williams after. No, her comments after.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That was on the video I sent you?
No, it was not. It was on something else. And I was gonna watch the halftime show. I was gonna catch up on my Super Bowl facts, like commercials and different things. But Brian sent me a homework assignment, so I had to watch that video. Because of course, I had nothing to do with the Super Bowl.
It was wonderful for me. I wanted Philadelphia to win. I thought Philadelphia would win, and I thought it wouldn't be close, and it really wasn't. Philadelphia was up like 37-6 going into the fourth quarter, and Patrick Mahomes scored a few touchdowns. So the game final score was 40-22, but it wasn't that close. It was great.
Isn't William Brown Philadelphia fan?
He's Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. But Monica Allison is definitely a Philly fan. She's from Philly.
Pittsburgh is where?
In Pennsylvania.
And Philadelphia is where?
Pennsylvania.
How can they have two teams in this? Oh,
New York's got three teams.
Yeah, that's right. Giants, Jets, and
Buffalo Bills.
That's right. I forgot about the
California's
Buffalo
got a few
Bills. Those are brown
too.
and orange, right?
Oh, Buffalo Bills? No, yeah. Blue and white.
Oh, well, I don't know.
And she blue, red, and white.
Well, no, never mind. Mm-hmm. I'll stay out of that.
Yeah, but it's a national holiday, and there's no way to get around it. The Monday following the Super Bowl is the most called out day of the year in America. People call out on Monday after the Super Bowl.
Some businesses actually gave closed for Monday.
It's a good idea.
So you're going to close for the Monday after Super Bowl, but you are vying to stay open for Martin Luther King's Day.
That's them.
We're going to talk about it back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am LisaSantiagoMcNeilll.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. You remember that Left Behind series?
I do. I love the Left Behind series.
I loved it too.
Read all the books.
I did too.
And watched the movie.
I didn't watch the movie.
I watched the movie.
I used to be a snob. Like the book is always going to be better.
It is. The book is significantly better. But the Left Behind by LaHaye and
Jerry, Tim and Jerry.
Yes, but one of the guys.
One is LaHaye.
LaHaye and
Jenkins.
That sounds right. Okay.
I think so. But I used to love that series. It actually motivated me to do a lot of things. Out of fear, I had gotten so fearfully motivated. And so that's what we're talking about today is what motivates you.
What motivates you?
Because sometimes fear motivates us, right? Mm-hmm. Necessity motivates you.
Yeah.
And I think necessity sometimes is tied into fear, right?
I think you're right.
And then I think reward can be a motivation.
It can.
vibrations can be energy can be a motivation.
What motivates you?
What motivates you?
You.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
What motivates me?
Yeah. What do you think it is?
So what motivates?
Do you have an answer though to that?
Yes.
That's a tough question for some people.
I do.
This is new. What you got on?
No, it's not new. It's just put together new.
Okay.
Which I often do. I assemble my outfits.
I put it on my wall to upgrade my wardrobe too.
So, what motivates me is the opportunity to be helpful with something that I excel at and being appreciated for those levels of creativity.
That's beautiful. What motivates Dr. Lisa is the opportunity to be helpful in something that she excels at and that she's appreciated for. That's what I got. We need to capture those words.
Good morning, William Brown.
Good morning, William Brown. This morning. Did we talk you up, man? Lisa just mentioned your name a moment ago.
Yeah, because we were in Philadelphia last night. Or Pennsylvania. Because of the Eagles. We weren't there, but they were in the ether.
Yes.
So Pennsylvania always makes me think of William Brown.
Okay.
That's why.
But he is a Pittsburgh fan, and I know.
I didn't know. I knew. I thought it was. I thought it was Philadelphia.
Well, last night I was a Philadelphia fan.
But there you go.
Because I'm a Giants man, but I did not want Kansas City to win, and I'm a fan of Saquon Barkley. You know, Saquon Barkley used to play for the Giants, and the Giants did him wrong, and he ended up playing for Philadelphia, and he had the greatest rushing season anybody ever had in NFL. He ran for over 2,000 yards. He had more rushing yards than anyone ever did in one season, and he won a Super Bowl. And I want to rub it in the face of Giants leadership. You let your best player and your best leader go, because he was by far the most popular player. So
I enjoyed Michael Strahan's comments about him.
Oh, this morning?
Last night.
Okay. What did he say that you recall?
He said that usually when somebody leaves the Giants, he don't want nothing to do with them no more. Mm-hmm. Like he finished with them, but because is it Saquon or
Saquon Barkley?
Saquon Barkley was such a valuable and stand-up guy. Mm-hmm. He still ride with him.
Yeah, he was the leader of the team. He defended everybody, the best guy in the locker room, and you let your best leader go. And Jalen Hurts, who was the quarterback of the Eagles, talked about from the day one, when Saquon first showed up, the way he gets in there, the way he leads, he was what we needed from day one. There's certain people, no matter where you put them, you know, it's their character. That's what Saquon has. He has character. You know, he has character, and it takes him wherever he goes. Is this getting to you?
I just took a really deep breath. That's why I meant to turn my head when I did that. So we're talking today about the weekend, whatever went on in the weekend. We also had Friday night, couples night.
We went to a couples game night on Friday night, Lisa and I, and it was amazing. It was a blast. It was 10 couples. How hard is it to get 10 couples to show up anywhere at one time? It was at a person's home. Shouts out to Sister Alicia and her husband Mark. Mm-hmm. But 10 couples, we played games, we talked about marriage, we had laughs, we had food. Oh man, it was a great time.
10 couples ranging from 1 year married to 31 years married.
But the couple that was 1 year married, they were
grown-ups.
Yeah, they were seniors. You know,
they were not seniors, they were grown-ups.
He is.
Listen, she and I are the same age.
He's older than both of you.
Okay, then he must be older than you too, but we're not going to point out seniors.
Well, anyway, they're not kids. They're grown-ups for real. Like Lisa just said, but they've been married for 1 year. You know, I always think about his testimony when he talks about his wife, because he had gotten to the place in his life, he was tired of being alone. He was just tired of it, you know. Didn't go nowhere, didn't do nothing, but she came along at the right time for him. So, how was your weekend? I enjoyed yesterday a great deal because I had football food. That was a part of my enjoyment. We bought a bag of wings, and we cooked them up, and they came out. Mwah.
He cooked yesterday.
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. Cooked my wings. Did you eat any of my wings?
I did.
Were they any good?
Sure.
They were great wings.
Your mother really liked them.
When Lisa say they're good, I'm going to exacerbate it and say they were amazing wings because I cooked them. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
And this morning I just had a couple before I came upstairs because time was drawing nigh and I didn't want to be late getting to you guys.
I am not surprised.
I mean, come on. My food, man. I want to get to it. And plus I got a whole tray of wings left.
They're not gonna make it through today.
That's a whole tray, babe. I'm not gonna eat them all by myself.
They're wing drumettes,
Yes.
and they do not have very much. Did you see your plate last night?
What about it?
You had a big old plate.
And
So what I'm saying is it's going to be a lot of wings on the plate today too.
okay.
Anyway, what motivates you? Sometimes it is.
Now we've already pontificated. Fear does motivate.
Yeah, fear.
Okay.
Fear and necessity, which
I like
are very
your answer to
close.
saying what motivates you too.
Yeah, absolutely. But because those things motivate me, I realize not only being able to help with something
What's
that
up,
I am
nephew? I see
familiar
you in the
with,
room. How you doing?
but also
My nephew Nakia.
being appreciated for it is equally as important, because I realize that the opposite is also true. When I am either taken for granted or not appreciated, my creativity,
demotivates.
it wanes.
So if you're not appreciated or if you're not in a place where you can be creative, that demotivates. That's my cousin.
Yeah, and
Nakia.
not only will it demotivate me, but it will completely void out my creativity.
Now, it's tempting when we talk about what motivates you. Yes, we want to talk about the Super Bowl and your weekend too. When we talk about what motivates you is to go to the traditional lists of what motivates people, like what motivates employees and the traditional list.
I wasn't going there.
It's tempting for me
Oh, okay.
to do that. I didn't say you was.
Like what? Like what motivates more employees? Money, more money, bonuses, raise,
money motivates, but it's not
competition.
The number one thing that motivates employees,
yeah,
and I think it's probably not just employees, I think it's everybody, but the number one thing that motivates them is recognition. Recognition. Even in the military, they recognize that recognition motivates high and above anything else. That's why they have things called medals and cords and different berets, being recognized for something. Napoleon, who was the ruler of France, who attempted to rule the world, he had this quote that I still think is applicable. He says, if you give me enough medals, I can win any war. And he wasn't talking about medals for his own chest. He says, if you let me keep awarding soldiers, I'm going to win any war. Okay? But recognition, people will do more for recognition than they will for money.
Yeah, I wonder.
Countries go to war to be put on the map and recognized on a map. You know, all over Africa. They'll fight throughout history. They'll fight just to be on the map. You know, this tribe and that tribe. They want to be on the map. They have a war over it.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. What motivates you is today's topic. And of course, we're hearing the weekend update for any of you who did anything over the weekend. Did you watch the Super Bowl? You have a favorite halftime
you have any thoughts about the halftime show? I thought it was amazing. The political points of it. Miss Phyllis, I would love to know what motivates you. Uzama, I would love to motivate you. Know what motivates you. William Brown, Dr. Deborah, what motivates you? Nakia, what motivates you? What gets you going?
You know, in some cases, anger is motivating.
And it can be. Anger at somebody else?
Anger at somebody else.
Or something else.
Or something else, which is also why I often go out of my way to protect what I hear and see, because I can become militant, like very easily.
Yeah,
I can become militant very easily.
So you keep yourself from doing that.
So in order to keep myself from doing that, I keep myself away from certain topics that I don't have any direct influence in as far as where God has placed me.
But anger as a motivator, what you just said a moment ago, is interesting to me, because what came to my head when you said that is when you get so angry at a job, it causes you to leave it. Or when you get so angry in a situation, you want to leave it. Or how about this? When you get so angry that you say this word. Okay. 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 You know what that means? When you say okay and you mad, that means there's going to be some consequences and repercussions coming. I'm about to do something.
William Brown says, I am motivated by peace.
Well, now that's interesting, okay? Because at least I find it interesting. When someone says they're motivated by peace, when I think of motivation, I think of motive to take an action or motive to action. So motivated by peace, I'm conjuring with because how's that work? Okay, you're gonna take actions for peace? Is that what that means? Motivation means to move something. I think selling today is more of an act of motivation, getting people to take an action instead of just a transaction, getting people to get up, show up, go do this, do that. That's what I think selling is. It's much more of a motivational act than it has ever been before, I believe. And I have a right to that belief.
So being motivated by peace is that when things are at peace, that makes you more motivated, or are you motivated by the desire to achieve peace?
Okay.
Like where does
are you working to achieve peace? I don't think I have it grasped fully, William.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to flesh it out.
Good morning, Brother Dwight. How you doing, man?
Good morning, Dwight. He goes on to say, in a place of peace for me, I am my most productive and creative.
So that definition would mean that you're motivated to get to a peaceful place so that you can be productive and creative, right? Be peaceful enough so that you can be your most productive and creative. That's what I'm gathering. Why you look at me like that?
I was trying to see your brain.
You can't see my brain. I'm big-brained.
I was trying to look into your eyes to see if I could.
I made a post saying, I look my woman in the eye sockets. I look my woman into the windows of her soul. I look my woman, that was all the preface, but no one got it because it was in a skit. I looked my woman in her eye socket, and I just said it. I said it, and then I said the part, and I said no one got it.
I still don't got it.
You do too got it, Craig. I mean, come on, these two men, they're together. My wife told me we're going to leave at 6:45, and I was like, all right. Tell me my dumb ass ain't in the car at 6:45 waiting for her. When I tracked my wife down 20 minutes later, she was stepping out of the shower. Talk about, can I help you? I looked my woman in the eye sockets, and I said, you don't know the skit?
Yes.
It's Key and Peele's skit.
I know the skit, Neil. I know the skit now. You went a long way for that.
I thought it would be obvious. Skit. I thought it would be obvious to people.
It was whack when it was not obvious, and now it's whack now that it is obvious. You and Key
like that was right. We're going to go out to dinner. I said, where you want to go? She says, wherever you want to go. Uh-oh. I said, all right, cool. Outback Steakhouse. She goes, nah. Okay. I named off F7 more restaurants, Greg.
Anyway, we're trying to get to a place
I looked
of peace.
My woman into the windows of her soul, and I said, it's one of the funniest skits ever. It's still funny. Key and Peele, I said B. Funniest skits ever.
Let's get to a place of peace.
I saw a thing where people were making their own Zen gardens, but like in a little tray. Making a Zen garden tray had sand in it.
I have one.
It had rocks in it. You had one at one time.
Yeah, I still do.
Can't even see it no more.
It's up on the top.
And then it's not there no more.
William Brown says, yes, busy, noise, distractions cause me not to focus.
Okay.
That's why I create my own peace.
Thank you for the filler, William Brown. That puts me, that helps me a lot to grasp what you meant. Okay. The Super Bowl is such a big deal in this country. You got parties, you got invitations, people connect at the Super Bowl. I find peace, William Brown, watching the Super Bowl at my own house, in my own chair.
You didn't always.
I
think
always.
That was an old man thing.
You think I've gotten that way over time?
Yeah, got a little curmudgeon-y.
because at one time I was hot for a Super Bowl party,
like
but
thirsty for it.
Now I think about, okay, the game's not going to end. It's going to end late because Super Bowl's a long day and they got long half times and a lot of commercials to put in. So it ain't the regular normal time. It's going to be 4 hours and some change, Super Bowl. And the regular game is 3 hours and some change. But the Super Bowl, because so much stuff is added to it. So I'm thinking when I go to someone's party, I mean, shoot.
How long am I going to have to be hospitable before I can just pack a plate and leave?
And then
without missing the game.
I'm going to miss some of the game because I'm not going to stay at the house till the game is over.
No.
Or I'm going to miss the halftime, which I wanted to see. That yesterday I watched the whole first half inside my house. And then at halftime, I watched the Kendrick Lamar performance in the house. But after halftime, I went to my garage and I had a Placencia 149. I was saving that stick for the Super Bowl.
I'm glad. Dr. Deborah says, I am motivated by learning.
Ooh.
I have noticed that when I'm learning something, I feel excited inside. Absolutely. Absolutely. Robin said, wait, you keep mentioning this Super Bowl, not what I saw.
Well, that's the name of the game.
It wasn't super.
It wasn't unless you were an Eagles fan or rooting for the Eagles in this game.
I was about to say the Eagles put the super in the Super Bowl.
They put it on them, and it was fun to watch because I was rooting for the Eagles. But Kansas City really didn't score until it was garbage time. The game was essentially over.
Whoa.
You know, I like to watch the games, every game, but I also like to pop on my ESPN.com because
William Brown said, I think I am getting old. I could not follow it.
You could not follow what? The Kendrick Lamar? Because some people did say they wish they understood all the words and what all the meanings were. I mean, having the dancers dressed in red, white, and blue, having Samuel Jackson dressed as Uncle Sam, and having Samuel Jackson interrupt them a few times.
He said the halftime show couldn't get.
I saw that too.
Robin said the apathy bowl. I love it. So William Brown, there is a comedian that is doing Kendrick Lamar's halftime show
already
as a skit, translating it into legalese. So translating segments of the songs
already
into legalese.
I gotta see that.
And it's really funny. So if I find it, I'll link it and send it to you.
The apathy bowl is because you didn't care about either team. And that can happen every year. I'm going to watch Super Bowl no matter who's playing. I prefer the Giants to be playing, but they're not going to play every Super Bowl. They ain't played in the Super Bowl since 2012.
I think this was the first Super Bowl that I didn't even look at a single minute of it. Not a single minute. Not the commercials.
Yo, but got gone.
Nothing. Yes.
I was surprised. Lisa got gone.
William Brown said that would be great. I will send you the little pieces that I saw. He was really funny. Amen. Robin said, when it's 40 and 0, I lost some interest.
It never got to 40 to 0. It was 37-6, which is close.
That might as well be.
Yeah.
6 is one touchdown, right?
Right. And they tried to go for extra. They tried to go for 2 points. They
tried to go for the point,
and they missed.
Didn't make it.
So they only got 6 points.
Bless their hearts.
They got 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and something else. So
are they giving them a lot of credit?
Yeah. We find that funny in our house. Post-game interviews, when the opposing coach and the opposing players, you got to give those guys over there a lot of credit. I mean, they came to play today. You got to give them a lot of credit. Normally, who do you give a lot of credit to?
The loser.
We find that funny because they all say it. You got to give that other team a lot of credit. They came to play today. Of course they did.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. And he imagines this comedian that does that joke, his name is Brian Regan. He goes back and he imagines the losing coach running back to his team. Hey, guys, great news. The other team is giving us a lot of credit. That's all you get. A lot of credit for the loss.
Absolutely. Now, I did see, I think I saw it this morning, where I think it was on the video that you sent me or right before it or right after or whatever, where they were booing Taylor Swift in the audience.
There's always a spattering of that. But they show Taylor Swift a lot. A lot of people don't like it. But you know what? Taylor Swift added so many fans to the NFL because she made it cool for women her fans to watch football. She made it cool for them to enjoy football. Because especially last year in the Super Bowl, she was everywhere. You know, they had Taylor Swift overload.
I didn't know why she was getting booed.
Yeah, because she's been Kansas City wins a lot of games, and they had won the last 2 Super Bowls. And she's dating the starting tight end for Kansas City, Jason Kelsey, and they're a cute couple. I think I like them as a couple. She's very much involved with it, and they show her a lot on TV. So.
Okay. So what? Maybe she motivates him. Maybe that's why they show her or why she comes.
She gets fans.
She motivates him. Good morning, Mark.
Mark Greer says, "What's happening, fam? The Super Bowl wasn't so super unless you're an Eagles fan. I turned the game off and started watching American Greed." Wow. I'm not going to turn the game off once I start. And I was rooting for Philly, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. Things like American Greed, business people doing that kind of stuff. I love those kinds of stories too. That's why I watch The Building of Wall Street, The Titans That Built America, The Men Who Made America. I watch these series over and over and over again. It's just fascinating to me about how these people think and operate and what they did.
And we do have a topic today outside of the weekend update. Hopefully you took some time to recreate or have some fun or regenerate or whatever. But today's topic is what motivates you?
I want to say this too. When I watch these things about these people that were ruthless in their pursuit of money, they were absolutely ruthless and shady and shysty. They did all kinds of things. Baby, you know what's impressive to me? So many of them late in their lives devote their lives to philanthropy and God's work. They say it. They were ruthless when they were pursuing their money, and then when they finished playing, they wanted to give and have buildings and build libraries and donate to schools and all this kind of stuff. Like Carnegie, Rockefeller, who was the richest man ever for his era, he made it a contest amongst the other super billionaires who can give the most, who can give the most away. I just find that fascinating to me, how that shifts for them. Or does it shift? Maybe it's just another way. We were relentless in our pursuit of the money. Now let's be relentless in our giving it away. I find that fascinating.
That's one way to think of it.
Well, is it different? I'm sure there's more than one way.
Yeah, another way is now I'm old, getting ready to die. I don't want to have to go to hell.
I don't want to have to go to hell.
Because I've been so ruthless and so inequitable with people and so unresponsible with my money, only taking care of me and other people's lives. And maybe now I'm seeing that, you know what? I want to put some positive on my side. Antonobi, good morning. What motivates you?
What motivates you, Antonobi? We did a podcast one time. Why do you work? Why do you work? What gets you out of bed to go to work? Why do you do it? Okay. And I remember it was an interesting show. And the answers were interesting too, because no one drags you up out of bed as an adult. No one wakes you up. No one makes you brush your teeth, wash your face, and get dressed and make yourself pretty and go. No one makes you do it. So why do you do it? Some people say just to pay bills. Some people say to give their life some meaning, right? If you didn't have nothing to do, how much fun would your days be?
Yeah, that's what, for me, that's where the controversy, if for lack of a better word, comes in, because when I work hard.
She does.
I
can confirm
hard.
My wife is a hard worker.
Like sometimes I don't even move. I'm stoic at what I'm doing and statically placed for hours without moving.
But she's working.
But I'm working, yeah. I'm typing or, whatever I'm doing, I'm working, creating, or whatever the case is. But like I don't move from my desk, I guess is what I'm saying. So sometimes when it's time to rejuvenate, I don't really have the energy to do anything fun.
I feel you.
And so it's like on and off. I only got 2 switches. So I'm grateful when we can find a way to do something fun that is not too cumbersome, but still allows some separation from work. But what I also find as fun, because fun could actually motivate too, because sometimes when we're out relaxing or or just chilling or whatever the case is, you can get to the place where whatever it is that you're working on dissipates. Whatever it is that you were carrying or thinking about, it
You're not
dissipates.
thinking about it no more.
And it leaves room for creativity to finally enter back in.
Like William Brown's talking about his pursuit of peace so that he could be his most productive and most creative, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I find that is necessary to find some time for that.
So wait. I like where you're going. So is there a way to manufacture that without having to? I think there's a way to manufacture that letting it go enough so that you can become creative again. And one of the ways I imagine you can manufacture that is to take a walk or to walk barefoot in the grass, something like that. I think if you walk barefoot in the grass, the distraction of the grass between your toes could help you let some of that stuff off. We had, when we was at one of these retreats, what's the sister? I can't remember her name. She made a great pound cake or something for you. Marshall something. Pamela Marshall. She talked about how grounding helps her. Now, she's older than us, but she's in better shape. And she talked about how she grounds herself in her backyard barefoot and sometimes even bare everything else. She gets in her grass naked to get reconnected. I was like, you kidding? She goes, yeah, sometimes in my backyard.
My grandfather has always ascribed to that, even before it was in vogue. He actually indicates that it is because he was moved into the city where there was not much earth, that it impacted his energy, his energetic healing ability, his self-healing ability, all of those things, because at 80 something now, he is in great health, and he attributes that to eating clean. He's a vegetarian, pH balancing, and grounding.
The reason why I went to that long road with it is because when you talked about what William Brown said, and you talked about when you get distracted, like we were Friday night, when you get distracted enough from your work in a place of chill, it allows room for you to be more creative. That's what you just said.
So William Brown says, I ground myself also. Awesome.
I think that's got to be a part of our days. Like you just said, you went through this whole thing about when you work, and you could be here at the computer for hours, not moving from the computer. But then that stifles some of your creativity too, because you just head down like that. But I think if you could manufacture that piece by taking a commercial break from the desk and ground yourself. I don't want you to be naked in the backyard, but you could be barefoot or you could be bare-legged. You could have on the bra and panties, something like that. Get your bare back and back of your arms or something. I'm just trying to help come up with a way to manufacture the distraction enough so that you can be more creative.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Antonobi said, okay, I just got paused on my word for a minute to come here. I'm in Joshua 1, chapter 1 through 9. And Joshua is to finish the work that Moses started, taking the children of Israel from a familiar place to a place of prosperous and new. I work to finish my journey that God has commanded and prepared for me. Amen.
Amen. That's why she works. And I feel you on that, Sister Antonobi. I too am motivated by doing God's work. I believe that God has uniquely prepared me for the work that I do. I think God has taken me through the tribulations that I needed to be great as I am. The failures, I think God was giving me those things as a gift. The times where I needed to be filed and shaped and formed so that I can stand before men and women and give a workshop on what motivation and confidence boosters. That's what I'm talking about tonight. Motivation and confidence boosters tonight at 8 p.m. We had a great suggestion. My wife made a great suggestion to me. I think it was on Friday or Thursday of last week to map out the next 4 weeks of what we're going to cover. And I did, and I sent it to her. I wish we had it set up already where I could show what the next 4 weeks are. But tonight we're talking about confidence and motivation boosters, how to motivate yourself and be more confident so that you can be more productive. And I'm excited about tonight at 8 p.m. in what's called the Sales Confidence Mastery Group. That's what it's called, the Sales Confidence Mastery Group. Tonight at 8 p.m. You consider yourself invited. You tuned in here, you're invited. We'll have a link for you. And if you don't see it, if we don't have it right now, just inbox me or my wife. We'll get you the link. But you're invited if you're an entrepreneur. That's on Monday nights. On Wednesday night at 8 p.m., I host a workshop called, an online meeting called Empowering Financial Professionals, because selling financial services is different. Selling financial services is different than selling coaching services. So, and that's my current book I'm working on too. And the book is titled Selling Financial Services is Different. And I'm excited about that too. So that means that's what motivates me. It motivates me to be in a place where I can be great, to do something where I can be good at it. You know, that motivates me. I too want to be affirmed, but I like being put in an environment where I could be great. I could help others and I could do it good. That motivates me. Okay, that does. Being heard motivates me too. That's one of the, I'm not really a fan of the love languages thing, but if I had to pick one, being listened to is one of my love languages, I think. You know,
Yes.
I don't like it if I'm talking and you're not hearing me. Okay, that doesn't do it for me. Okay, I want you to listen to me. You know, if I'm speaking to you, I want to feel heard. So is that one of the love languages? Some of you guys will already know.
It's not, but I understand it's part of communication. But yours is definitely being heard.
Mm-hmm. You know?
Oh yeah.
You think you know? What makes you think you know, Lisa?
Well, I have to learn.
Lisa knows her husband very well because she pays attention to her husband. And I pay attention to my wife, I tell you. There's a link Lisa put on the screen. If we could put it in the comment section too, it'd be great. That's where you go to register. You can come as my guest. Dr. Deborah, I'm so excited you're there.
She says, I'm looking forward to tonight. I have some things working together in my business. Amen.
Yeah.
And Snoopy says, send me the link as well. The link is right there, but I'm going to add it to the feed as well.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
So Lisa's going to add it to the feed. And I think it's going to be fun tonight, but I also think it's going to be helpful. And I always try to make it fun. And I'm finding, Dr. Deborah, that every week that I do this, I am learning. I'm getting higher and higher because I'm preparing to teach. And the comments that I get from you guys are always so amazing that I get smarter at the end of it than I was in the beginning. You know, I know everyone else I'm there to feed everybody else, but I'm getting fed myself. And it's just amazing. It's like the adage, who learns more, the teacher or the student? In the school year, going through the school curriculum, who learned more, the teachers or the students? And the answer is always the teachers. The teachers learned more because they have to learn it differently. This goes back to one of the 7 habits of highly effective people. It's impressive to me about how much that rules our lives, baby. The 7 habits of highly effective people is a very pervasive thing in my household because one of the 7 habits of highly effective people is they teach what they learn right away. So when they learn something new, they teach it right away within a day or two, or as fast as they can. They can't wait to teach it. That helps them to learn it better. One of the 7 habits of highly effective people. Another one that's pervasive in my house is we seek to understand before being understood. You know, that's why conflicts are small. We're attempting to understand where the other person's coming from before we worry about being understood by them. And we both do that, so the communication is great. We got a chance to talk about that Friday night at the couples game night. We went to a couples game night on Friday, and I was impressed by it. First thing I was impressed by that they actually had 10 couples in the room. It's hard to get 10 couples to show up for anything, but they had 10 couples there. And the hosts were so accommodating and warm and loving, and they understood the assignment. I think Sister Alicia and Brother Mark understood the assignment very well. You know, everyone, I don't know if everyone, but a lot of us there were strangers in their home. We had not been to their home before, so we don't know where the bathroom is. We don't know where stuff is. So, but they helped make it easy for us to get comfortable.
Absolutely. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Dr. Beverly, I'm so happy that you came through. Where's Lena Janelle, baby? Dr. Beverly says, Grand Rising to my favorite, awesome, beautiful family.
Thank you. Anthony goes on to say, I love this topic. Yes, also motivated to be a servant to see that compliment. Mm-hmm. I feel that, Brian. Doing just that, serving is work, a job. You're a teacher, right? Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Lisa. I got the link. You're welcome. I sent it to you directly.
Okay, good. Because why would Lisa do that, Antonobi? Why would she send it to you specifically directly, Antonobi? Because Lisa loves you enough and she's friendly enough to want to make sure that you got it. You raised your hand. So Lisa thinks that you're worth taking a moment or two out of her day, get it, and send it to you directly. So she took an action. You know, I think life is a lot of times checkers. Okay, I love to play chess, but I think a lot of times life is checkers. That means when you make a move, the next move is somebody else's move. And then you make a move after they make a move. Lisa made a move by sending it to you. So your move is to register, okay, or not. Your move is to register based upon the link. And then we're going to show up. That's our move. And then you have to show up too. That'll be your move. I think a lot of times that's how life works. Is that good or bad?
I think it is what it is. Mm-hmm. I think that this is definitely the reason why I feel that I think this is what we're missing.
Okay,
I just realized it.
Oh, this is gonna be good, y'all.
I just realized it. When we were kids in our generation, we were taught magic words.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Being taught the please and thank you. Yes. Those were the magic words. And they were emphasized to some point. And then we got to the place where not only did you have to use those words, but you had to mean them. When you apologize, you couldn't just say sorry. You had to say, I'm sorry. And you had to make sure that it was understood. Right. And so I realize now in some interactions with people that those people that garner the most creativity out of me are the people that harbor the most appreciation for what's happening.
Okay.
That actually influences how well anyone does, not just me, anyone. Some people can be manipulated to that end, like we were talking about in that just made me lose myself. Like we were talking about in the book of Esther.
I made you lose yourself.
You did by pointing out something else. So understanding that some people like need to be accoladed and they need to be put up on a
they need that ego rub.
They need that ego rub.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be that extreme. We've taken it to that extreme. But really, if we could just be nice to one another, we can bring out the best in one another.
Amen.
Dr. Deborah goes on to say, Antonobi, I'll be really excited about what we are going to be working on together.
I
guess I I guess that I might also be motivated by the thought of achieving a goal.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Antonobi goes on to say, to see that I have accomplished my work.
Absolutely.
And Antonobi also says, yes, I'm registering.
Thank you.
We're about to do our greeting songs and our greeting logos. We'll catch up the comments. One thing, I'm going through this book, Inner Excellence by Don Murphy. And he's been saying this over and over again, and I still don't think I've got it fully right yet, but I think I'm getting close. But he's been saying, until we can get to the place where we're doing what we're doing for something greater than ourselves, if we're just working just to meet our own needs, we're going to be very limited and less happy. We've got to figure out a way to be doing what we're doing for the good of a greater cause.
That's
than ourselves.
Absolutely. And I started reading the book also.
My book?
Yes, but it's essentially Discovering Your Why by Simon Sinek. Understanding that if you can get beyond just
your basic needs and your household, your stuff has to get past that. Why do I feel like I don't fully have it yet? Because I understand it intellectually when I read it. Okay, great. So my desire is to help men and women to be able to sell themselves and their services. That's what I state. But I don't think that's full enough yet. Okay.
Good morning, Priscilla. Thank you for joining us
Dr.
this
Deborah
morning.
says, I'm motivated by watching someone else reach a goal. I am too. That's why we love the Olympics. We love to see this athlete that's trained and trained and trained.
That's why you love the Super Bowl.
That's why I love football in general. They work all week. They work all their lives. And their opposing teams, they're doing the same thing. But somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to accomplish what they set out to do.
But I think that's also what demotivates me.
What?
No, not exactly that. I'm sorry. I was piggybacking on something else. When the work that you have put in to learn the skill that you have put in, that you have gained from the work, energy, and effort, research, training, whatever, becomes overlooked or taken for granted.
All right, we're going to read Antonobi, and then we're going to do the greeting songs and greeting logos. Antonobi says, yes, ma'am, Deborah, I'm so excited. You can get a lot done when you're excited, by the way. Remember why I said last year that I will be holding your hand through this process. We will be starting working together. I love it. Let me reiterate that point. You can get a lot done when you have enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means as if enabled by the gods. Antonobi just said, I'm so excited. You can get more done when you're so excited. We're about to say thank you. The way we say thank you on this broadcast is with greeting songs and with greeting logos. For example, Miss Phyllis George, she's been around long enough and contributed long enough. She has a greeting logo. Her logo goes like this. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way.
Miss
Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Uzama Ra has a greeting jam too.
Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King. Uzama, Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King.
Uzama. Good morning, sir. William Brown has a song. Good morning to our friend Will.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will.
Our friend Will.
Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a jam too, and it goes,
Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach.
Good morning, Dr.
Sing
Deborah.
and move. Can't do it.
Then move your hand, I'll do it.
No, you can't.
Robin C. Stern has a song too. Robin C. Stern, he's your Google guru. Teach, your Google guru. Teach. Good morning, Robin C. Stern. Thank you for swinging by, my brother. Mark Greer has a jam too, and it goes, so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. Mark Greer, thank you for coming in here. Lisa, we've been doing this broadcast Monday through Friday since October of 2016. We're into ballpark. How many episodes will we have done? Approximately
1700.
1700. About 1700 episodes with Lisa on my left, us doing this talk here with you. So approximately 1700 times, we should know that we're pretty good at it by now. You think you do 1,700 times, if you cook a same meal 1,700 times, you're gonna probably be pretty good at that meal. Okay, interesting.
Absolutely.
Antonobi has a logo. This is one that we all can participate in. Sit up straight into your chair. Put on your Nigerian voice. Take a lot of air into your body and say, "Thank you, Antonobi." See what I mean? Something. Dr. Beverly has a logo as well. And it goes, "Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. And good morning to you and the rest of your crew." We want to shout out her crew because very often she's watching this while she's at work. Click that space right there so that blue thing gets off. Click the blank space. Blank space. Click. So that this highlight gets away. Okay.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Never mind.
It's not touching anything.
Okay. Miss Priscilla Wallace, good morning. It was a pleasure seeing you Friday night and yesterday as well at church. But Miss Priscilla Wallace has a song too. And it goes,
"Love my sister Priscilla, Ella, eh. Love my sister Priscilla, Ella, eh.
Priscilla, did you see I had your back Friday night? She just laid out why women do certain things. She had just gave a talk about it. And then a man said something right after Priscilla spoke as if he didn't hear her. And I said, "Did you not hear what Sister Priscilla just said? You didn't hear what she just said. She just talked about why that happens. But did you see I had your back, girl?"
She said, "Yes, sir. Love you both. We love you too." Antonobi says, "Yes, ma'am, Deborah. I am so excited. Remember what I said last year, that I will be holding your hand through the process and we'll be starting working together. I love it."
But that's another example of how sometimes people don't really listen. They just wait for their turn to talk. Because she gave a great explanation as to why women will sometimes hesitate. Women will sometimes hesitate if there's an insecurity or a question. It don't have to be a real insecurity. It can just be questions about stuff. And they may have to get these questions answered before they can move another step. And she laid it out fine, but he didn't hear her at all. So, and I said, "Bro, she just talked. Did you not hear what she said?" Lena Janelle, baby, we get high off her art, don't know how to behave. It's 9:51. We get out of here at 9:52. How was your weekend? I want you to think about that. Plato said, "The life unexamined is not worth living." Take some time to examine your life. I'm so excited about our dry erase board that's over the light switch in our bedroom, where we have written out our goals and our targets. And the bottom third of it is for stuff for us to do together. And I wrote on that board, "Let love lead. Let love lead us." Priscilla says,
"I love both of your attentiveness."
Amen.
Thank you.
We are alert. We alert. Because one thing the world needs more of is alerts. So you want to be alert. You get it? That's a pun. And the louder the groan, the better the pun. You want to be alert because the world needs more alerts.
We love you, and we hope you take some time on your Monday to get it done. Set some goals, attack
Today's
them
the best day for that.
With your vengeance, and make them happen. And in the meantime, and in between time, don't forget to have sex.
Peace.
Because it's good and does